Today we're talking about Niko Aris Oathbreaker, and we'll explore the most popular and most interesting signature spell choices we could pair it with. Niko Aris costs X white blue blue and starts at 3 loyalty. When Niko enters the battlefield, create X shard tokens. Their enchantments with pay 2, sacrifice this enchantment, scry 1, then draw a card. +1, up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. When that creature deals damage this turn, return it to its owner's hand. -1, Niko Aris deals 2 damage to target tapped creature for each card you've drawn this turn. -1, create a shard token. I like that you can cast them for only 3 if you want to, but if you've got the mana to put into it, you can cast them for more and get those shard tokens. And the shard tokens are interesting. They're like an upgraded clue. It's like an enchantment clue. So we could build an enchantment matters deck of some type. I will say I'm a little uneasy about that +1. I don't know if I want to be returning stuff to my hand, but maybe there's some way of spinning that into a positive. The most popular signature spell choice with Niko is Dance of the Manse, a sorcery for X white blue. Return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with converted mana cost X or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types. I've played against a Dance of the Manse Oathbreaker deck before, but with one of the Dovins instead of Niko commanding it. I find it a very fun, very unique card. I was a bit surprised to see it on the list though. It doesn't seem to synergize super well here, but it's very cool. Enlightened Tutor is another top option, and I'm going to throw Mystical Tutor in there too. They both search something up and put it on top of your library. You can then crack one of the shards to draw it right away. I think Search for Glory made the list because it's got Niko on the art. It's a snow sorcery for 2 and white. Search your library for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each snow mana spent to cast this spell. Then we've got Flicker of Fate, an instant for 2 and a white. Exile target creature or enchantment, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. This could do a bunch of helpful things in an enchantment deck, but it synergizes well with that +1 too. You can +1 to make a creature unblockable, but when it hits you can cast Flicker of Fate before it gets returned to hand. So it blinks and comes back, and it doesn't remember the +1 from Niko, so you get to keep it. At least I'm about 95% sure this works if you cast it with that trigger on the stack. Semester's End works similarly. It's an instant for 4 mana. Exile any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of the next end step, return each of them to the battlefield under its owner's control. Each of them enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature, and an additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker. I like that this one can protect Niko too if you need to. Thirst for Meaning is an alright card draw option for an enchantment deck. For 3 mana, it's an instant, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an enchantment card. If you're still shopping around for what Oathbreaker to build, check out my channel. I've got over 100 of these videos, exploring combinations between planeswalkers and signature spells. If you'd hit that like button on the way out too, I'd appreciate it a ton. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.